Hello everyone, Vito's832 back with another How to Play. Today we're looking at how to play this game, Politrickers, which is a trick-taking game, as you might have guessed by the title, from Jupiter's Club. It's all about commitment and trust, or betrayal and intrigue. And yes, it has a cat theme to it. This is from Japan. It's a little harder to find here. I got this from the Geek market on Board Game Geek. And there's the back. And it's a trick-taking game for 3 to 5 players, ages 12 and up, takes about 30 minutes. And it actually comes in a DVD case. It's a little bit tight to fit everything in there, but I managed to do it. And inside you actually get a CD, which actually has like background music on it. It's also a part of the game, so I'm going to take it out and, well, I'll put it in the middle here. And there's some extra pieces here. This is for a 5th player, which I just put aside. So let's look at what you get. Trick-taking game. You get a deck of cards. These are policy cards. There's 45 total. There's 4 different suits, basically. Well, 5 technically. There's welfare, there's safety, environment, and health. These are all numbered 1 through 10. You will remove all the 9s and 10s and the entirety of the health suit if you're doing 3 players. Or 4 players, you're just going to remove all the 9s and 10s of each suit, which I have done. With 5 players, you use the entire deck. And each player is also going to get some cards here. A politician card and a VP card, so each got a politician. And we also got these power tokens that match the color of our card. We got Mr. Vote for the Future, Wind of Chains, Keep Hope Alive, and Stable is Better. And you also got another one here, Make Politics Sexy. The other side, by the way, is Japanese. Each player also gets this card, which has some cute art on the other side, which is a VP card. Just to keep track of your victory points. You're going to have this on top of this one. And if you get victory points, you move it up and up and up. If you actually get negative points, you come down this way and get as much as 3 negative points. Basically, you're going to play until somebody gets 7 points, and then they will win the game. If you get 7 or more points, whoever has the most points wins the game. Or you're going to play 3 rounds, and whoever has the most points after 3 rounds wins the game. So each player's got these. Each player's got their power tokens in the color. We're actually going to put 1 of each aside as if they've been spent. And it doesn't really clearly explain this in the rules, but I think the idea is at certain times, if you are on the losing side of the trick, you have to take back one of the tokens you spent. And at the start of the game, you haven't spent anything. So I think that kind of represents that. It doesn't specify really. This is the Libra scale. It's going to be in the middle of the table. And when you win a trick, you're going to move one of these onto whichever side you're currently represented by, your party alliance, basically. You have these party tokens. Each player is going to have one. One side is tails, the other side is claws. And we'll say that this person is the start player, and they have the tail side. So basically, everyone else has to kind of alternate. So this guy's going to flip us over to the other side. This guy's going to be tails, and this guy will alternate. So you're alternating at the start of the game, and we're partners, and they are partners. Whoever is the start player is considered, because this is all about government and politics. Whoever is the start player, the lead player, we'll say it's me, we'll say it's the yellow guy here, is representing the ruling party. So we are the ruling party. The tails, the claws, are the opposition. And like in politics, when you're doing the trick-taking in this game, you must support your party. You must follow your party. So they have to follow, this guy will have to follow whatever I lead. They're going to play something else. They're going to pose and play something else. And I'll show you how that all works out. And so we'll deal out the cards. It's going to be 9 cards each. There will be 1 left over. Probably should have dealt the cards out first, but it is what it is. There's a couple more cards actually I forgot to mention that I should probably mix in here. The first one is Migration. And this is a non-suited card that you can play on your turn at any time. And it's basically just loses the trick automatically. And if you have a pawn on this board, say I have a pawn here, if I play this migration, I must move this over to the other side. This is a scale, as you can see. So that's what the migration one does. The other one we have to talk about is these, the economy cards. There's 4 of them. This is the trump suit, it even says times 4. It's the trump suit, and this will win the trick automatically when played. And if more than one gets played, it's the last one played that will win the trick. But you can only play those, basically if you've got nothing else you can play. So they got 6. We'll continue dealing out cards here. Again, there's 1 left over. We'll just put that aside, and I hope I give everyone the correct amount of cards. So let's get into this. So I will lead. Let's say I lead with welfare at number 7. Again, this is the opposing party, just like in government. So they're going to oppose that. They're not concerned with welfare. They want to talk about something else. They want to put money down towards, let's say, health. And they play at 8. My partner over here, we're on the same party, so he has to support me unconditionally. So if he can, if he has welfare, if he doesn't have this suit and he has health, he would have to flip over his token, cross the floor to the other side, join the other party, and play health. In this case, however, he does have welfare, so he will play it. And then the same thing with this guy. Does he have health? He does, so he will play it. So then what you're going to do is you're going to add up the values of each suit. So they had an 8 and a 5, that's 13. We had 11. Highest valued wins the trick, or wins the, whatever you want to call it. They win the battle, we'll just say. And it is whoever, the person that wins the trick is the one who's on the team that has the most, the highest value. And it is going to be the person that wins the trick is the person who played the lowest value card, because everyone wants, that policy. They like the politician who spends the least amount of money to get it done. So this guy spent the least amount of money to get it done, to get health passed. So he wins the trick. The person who wins the trick gets to put one of their tokens on the scale. And it's going to be on the scale that matches the color of their party token. So they're going to put it on the white side. It even has the claw and the tail on there. I will say I don't like that these ones are a little bit hard to see, that there's 6 spots on there, but it's a minor thing. At the same time, whoever played the highest valued card of the losing side, the unpopular policy, that would be this guy who played the number, that would be me. I played the highest card in the welfare on the unpopular policy, is what it is. I would have to take back one of my spent tokens. That's where this one kind of comes in, I do believe. So I take that one back, and now I have that one in my pile. We include the cards, and this person won the trick, so they get to lead the next trick. And so maybe they want to lead, they want to talk about, maybe they want to talk about welfare again. So now, obviously, I have to play something else, so I will. Let's bring up environment. Environment's pretty important. This guy has to follow welfare. If he can, he will. And then this guy has to play environment if he has. He does, so he will. Or he could, theoretically, play the migration and just kind of abstain. Basically, it's kind of an abstaining. If you play the migration and you don't have any tokens on here, then you don't move anything. You're just going to kind of lose the trick. But he's not going to do that yet. He'll just play this one. Unfortunately, they beat us again. And this guy played the lowest, so he's going to get to put a token on here. And I played the highest again. I don't have anything to take back, so I don't take anything back. Again, it's only the whatever tokens you've spent. Whatever you have, you have. And he just continued doing this, going back and forth. So they won, he won, so he's going to lead the next one. I just want to get to a couple of, examples perhaps. So maybe he leads. Let me just see something. What does this guy have and not have? He doesn't have that one. So maybe this guy leads health. My partner here has to play something else. He's going to bring up safety. Now it comes to this guy. He does not have health. So there's a couple of options he could do. He could play the migration card if he has. He doesn't. He could flip this over and join the other side and follow what they played, which is safety. There is a third option. I mean, I guess technically he could play the trump suit and just trump and take the trick. But there is another option, and that is he could do what is called, I have to look it up, what it's called, I apologize. As I point out, in terms of switching parties, you could do that if you don't have any cards that match your partner's card. He doesn't have any health, so he can switch parties. As long as he has, and actually technically, if he has cards that are of the suit that the opposition led, I believe he's supposed to switch parties. But there is another option, and that is innovate, which I wanted to talk about. If I can find the rules on that, I apologize. I played this previous a bit, but I forget. And they don't really highlight it very well. Yeah. I can't find it at all. I apologize. So yes, if you cannot follow your party's suit, but can follow the other party's suit, you must flip your party token face down and switch your party affiliation. However, if he cannot follow either party's suits, he can immediately declare innovate. And what happens in that case is all the cards that were played before that would get flipped face down and would no longer count. In this case, however, since he can't follow safety, he will do that. He's going to flip this over and play that. If he didn't have any safety, then he would do the innovate and just, those would be removed. And it would be me and him basically facing off. I'll explain that in a bit. So he plays safety. I also have to play safety. I'm just going to play a 1 because we're going to win this one. No reason to play the biggest one. And also that means I win the trick. I win the trick. I'm going to put a pawn on the board on the black side because I am on the tails team here. And he's going to have to remove 1 because he played the strongest card of the opposing. So he actually has to take 1 back. And I win the trick. I'm going to lead the next one. I'm going to lead health. This guy, of course, is the opposition. He's going to play anything but. Maybe he just plays safety. This guy can and will play health. And this guy is supposed to play health. He doesn't have health. So he's going to actually switch his allegiance back and play safety. And safety wins. They had more votes. And he's going to win the trick by playing the lowest card. He's going to get back on there. And I played the strongest card, so I'm going to take mine back, unfortunately. So again, the other options are, let's just say, who won that one? It was him, right? He's going to lead a card. He's going to lead welfare. As to me, I have to play something else, so I'm going to play... We're going to play this, the trump, the economy. This is the trump suit. I'll play that one. This guy would have to play... It's going to be interesting. He would have to play welfare if he could, or flip over to economy. He can't. So this is where he's going to exclaim. You have to stand up and go, innovate. And he's actually going to play a different suit. He's going to play environment. And these two, when you do innovate, get flip face down and no longer count. So now this guy has to play, and he has to play something else. So he is going to just play the trump. And he will win the trick because he played the trump. So he gets to put his pawn on the board on the black side. And I guess technically, this guy would have to take back a pawn if he had one on there. He doesn't, a token. So we just clear these cards. Now, there's one more thing. This one doesn't count because it was flipped face down. It's out of the game as far as I'm aware. But this guy, this one that he won, he's going to collect. And we'll just put it under here. And at the end of the round, whoever has the most Trump-suited cards gets penalized because of the economy cards here. Because buying votes is an effective political tactic, but if you get too greedy, you can end up in court, and that's what he would end up, and he would lose 1 point if you have too many. However, if multiple people have taken the economy cards, the Trump cards, then you're basically conspiring with each other, and you get away with it. So he's going to lead another card. He's going to play safety. This guy has to play something else. He's going to play environment. As to me, I can play safety, and then this guy will play environment. He's just going to play it free. They're going to lose the trick anyway. So if this guy loses, he's going to have to pull back. Because he... Oh, no, sorry. This guy would have to pull back because he played the highest card of the losing suit. We win. I get to put one of these on the black side. And then I get to lead the next trick. So I'm going to show you another example here. So I'm going to lead, let's just say, welfare. This guy will play safety. This guy could play welfare, but he's just going to play the migration. And that would mean that his token has to move to the other side of the scale. And he's just going to automatically lose the trick. And then this guy, he cannot follow the safety. So he's actually going to flip over and play, he has to play the welfare. And so we had 5, they had 8, he has 8, technically. So he's going to win. I would have to take back one of these spent tokens, and he gets to put one on the board on the white side. Then he's get cleared. So just a couple examples of what happens when you play Trump, or you do the welfare. And then the other option was innovate, which we've also done. So that kind of covers things. Now, once you play out all the cards, the round will end, and you'll do some scoring using your cards here. And you're going to play 3 rounds, potentially. If somebody gets to 7 or more points, then the game will end, and they will win, whoever has the most points. Otherwise, you play 3 rounds, and whoever has the most points will win. So let's look at scoring briefly. There's 3 different things that can happen related to the scale and the cards you win. First of all, you can end up at the end of a round, and these are 3 things that will end a round. A round can end if you, number 1, become disgraced. And what that means is if I need to put a token on the board, on here, and I don't have a token left, I have become disgraced because I don't have any more tokens to spend. And the round would end immediately. Whoever is the big spender, that is the person who played the highest value. The big spender is what they call the person who played the highest valued card of the losing suit. They would still take back their token. And in this case, everyone else, except whoever is disgraced, would get 1 victory point for each of their unspent tokens. So if I was disgraced, I don't have any tokens to put on the board. This guy would get 3 points for their tokens. They get 3. This guy would get 2 for the unspent tokens. That's one way the round can end. Another way the round can end is with a collapse. You are allowed to have 6 tokens on either side of the scale at any time. And if a 7th one gets played there, the whole thing collapses. You're out of balance. And this can also happen with a migration card. If I play a migration card and move one from here to here, and now we got 7 over here, that's it. It's done. And what happens when there is a collapse, whoever plays tokens on the overloaded plate, these are called the plates, will lose one victory point for each of their tokens on that plate. On the other hand, whoever has tokens on the other side gets one victory point. So in this case, if this was overloaded, nobody gets any points, and everyone who's there would lose a point. Now, the other option for the round to end is with balance, and that is if the last trick is played and there is no disgraced player or no collapse on the scale here, then whoever plays tokens on the plate would get 1 point for each of the tokens. And then you would look at who took the most economic cards, the black cards, and if only one person did that, they would lose one victory point. However, again, if two or more people did that, no one is penalized because we've all been accomplices and we have each other's back. How realistic is this? Um, I'm just looking this up here quickly. And so, yeah, so And so yeah, what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at which plate has the most tokens. Whoever has the most tokens on that side, we get 1 point for each token. And if there's anyone on the other side, they don't get. So if I was on this side, I don't get any victory points. They would get the victory points. So in this case, you're looking at this. I don't get any points or lose any points. This guy, the red, would get 1 point because he has one token. This guy would get one, but he's also going to lose one because of this economy card. And this guy would get 2 points. And so you keep the score. You're going to reshuffle, redeal the cards. Whoever last won the trick gets to be the new chair, the new lead. And you're also going to flip over your tokens again so that you have two on each side. And you continue playing. Now, it does not say what you do with these, if you keep them here or not. I'm going to assume that you do, unless it collapses. It doesn't really specify, unfortunately, what happens. I guess it's possible you take them back and start fresh. We can just assume that's what happens. I don't honestly know. It doesn't specify, unfortunately. But anyways, that is the game. I don't know how I lost the yellow token, but I did. I'll find it. It's somewhere. Anyways, that is the game in a nutshell. Again, you're going to play 3 rounds or until somebody gets 7 or more points. Whoever has the most points at that time wins the game. And it says again, you're going to adjust your party token to the opposite side from the previous player, just like I did. And you cannot get less than 3 negative points. If there happens to be a tie, whoever has the most earned the most victory points in the final round wins. If there's still a tie, you just share the victory and rule together. So it's an interesting game and very fitting to be doing at the time now when there's a big election coming up in the U.S. But it is what it is. There's the token on the floor. Anyway, that is that. I think it's a really cool game. The cards are a nice quality, a nice linen finish in a bridge size. This actually has apparently music on it, background music. Haven't tried it. The tokens are all nice wood tokens. I like it. That is Politrickers. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Remember, go out and vote. But do it responsibly. Vote for the right side. And I don't mean the right party, I mean the right person. See ya. Thanks for watching.